Let that be a lesson to all maples. If you hold heart pieces from me, I will get them. Welcome back to Oracle of Seasons. Previously, AMM was involved. And then we went ahead and opened up the next dungeon. The Sword and Shield Maze. Oh, what's that? No, Tingle's not in this game. We didn't have the development time for him. You're gonna have to wait till the next Zelda game. That was a lame joke, and I feel bad for saying it. But, welcome to the Ice Dungeon. Capcom was like, oh crap, we're at the end of the game. There's no ice or fire level. What are we gonna do? And then Mr. John Capcom enters the room and he goes, I have a great idea. Anybody play Lamalana 2? Sir, it's 2001. Lamalana doesn't exist for like another 4 years. And then the new John Capcom came in and said, Fire and Ice Dungeon! And that's exactly what this is, a Fire and Ice Dungeon. So it's going to have puzzles for all kinds of things. Like that right there. Shoot it with a slingshot. Of course, this dungeon's going to be pulling out all the stops on us because it is the final dungeon. I think I yelled a little bit too loud there. My balance thing's going all crazy. Alright, it seems to have gone back to normal now. That's what I get for getting loud, I guess. So we got a key already. So now we have to head in this direction. I think we're not supposed to be doing this just yet. I think we're supposed to be over there. The lame dungeon music has returned with its nonsense loops. I don't like this song as much as like Dancing Dragon Dungeon. Or even Unicron Cave. Unicron Cave had a nice song. I hate Megnites, and now they're on ice. At least they can't hide from me here, but still. Ice. Ice levels love to take away your controller from you, and give you like one of the most difficult puzzles in the game. I believe we have to go through here. Problem is we have Octopi Beetle in the way. Solution is that metal ball up there. Problem, I gotta throw bombs all on ice, while avoiding an octopus beetle. Well, you can't come up here. At least as long as I don't fish him up here. I don't use the peace ring anymore. In fact, I shouldn't be using the maple ring anymore. It's red ring time, baby! Let's use it. Alright, come with me, you gotta murder an octopus beetle. That's what I'm calling them. And we get a key! Now where could we use this key? I think we gotta get in this direction. Oh yes! I remember this room. The Spark Bat room! If you're hurting for fairies, this is the spot you go to. I'm not quite sure if there's a good way to backtrack to it, so just keep in mind that if you find a spark, hit it with a boomerang. You'll get a fairy. That'll keep you in the red ring business for longer. So, this might be tempting, but we're going down the key block. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Just kill the snakes and the bats before they start breeding, because you don't want snake bats, trust me. You do not want a snake bat. Into the room of rollers. Use our rock cape to jump over the rollers. But watch out for that thing! That floor master is going to try and grab you, and there's several of them. So don't get overconfident just because he killed one. See, I told you, there's multiples of them. I think there's unlimited amounts of them. Yeah, there's an unlimited amount, I'm pretty sure. Ah, this room. You're going to be hearing me say, ah, this room a lot, because that's all I have to say about some of these rooms. There's bats here, there's fire that's moving around at a weird frame rate. And you gotta jump between them. And the bats. Luckily you could slash down for some weird reason. Alright, get out of the way. Ah, I timed it wrong, but at least I made it. Now you gotta get onto this. Don't get hit by these guys. These Mario-looking enemies. Wait till it syncs up so that guy is not jumping when I'm ready to jump. And don't get hit by a bat. Bats hate it when you platform. They're allergic to it. And in case rollers weren't bad enough, you got this room. Oh boy. Alright, sometimes I get tempted to attack that pot over there, but I'm not going to go for that. I'm going this way. Then I can break the pots without being angry. Because you could get caught between, like, that pillar and the lava, and you'll get, like, hit, like, 3 times before you actually sink in the lava. It's terrible. This room is pretty terrible, too. We got chunky boys. We got fire bats. And notice it went from an ice to a lava theme. Everything's lava now. The whole dungeon is lava. Get rid of these things. I just hate Magnites in general. Look at them. They're hiding where they're not supposed to be. I have the red ring this time, so they die in one hit. That's why I like the red ring. Any fairies? Anything? No. Alright, where do I go from here? I'm pretty sure I have to go up from here. Yeah, into this room. There's ice above fire. How does that work? I don't even know. But we can cheese it a little bit. If you're willing to take some spike damage, you can jump over the spikes. Let me open it. And that gets us the compass! Even in the final dungeon, they're telling us what a compass does. What are the Zelda guys thinking? I mean, even the original Zelda didn't tell you what the compass did in the dungeon. You just got the compass. Well, we got a key. Unlock the door. Oh no, not another spinner room! Alright. Main business is the spinner room yet again. We're supposed to backtrack to make it go in different directions. And we want to go down. Good things are to the down. Now we have a Cedric in this room. We also got a whole bunch of enemies. And I solved something. Weird. A silent watch may be needed. Because I didn't kill any enemies. The puzzle got solved because it was silent. No explosions were happening. And now you can kill the Armos Knight. Now it's the puzzle to this room. Don't kill anything. Jeez, Link, you're such a murderer. I'm gonna have to get in there sooner or later. But for right now, kill fire bats. They're a little hard because they're kind of above you most of the time. And I think they might take away your shield if you haven't upgraded from the wooden shield yet. That gets us the dungeon map. Now this better look like a sword and a shield or I'm gonna be upset. It kinda does! It really does look like a sword and a shield. Most of these dungeons actually look like something like, I guess Dragon Dungeon kinda looked like a dragon, the Unicron looked like a Unicron. Obviously you had the Gnarled Eagle Dungeon, but like other dungeons, like what the heck, I think dungeon number 3 didn't really look like anything. Of course the Ancient Ruins didn't look like anything but a big tower. No point there. Every Zelda map, if you're doing this kind of Zelda, they have to look like something. Just make it fun. Go nuts. You have my blessing. Let's not mess with Chain Link Guy. Especially since he has bubbles around him. Those bubbles could jinx you and you could lose your sword. Temporarily, of course, but still annoying. And we head up from here. Ah yes, I forgot to solve something in that room before. I don't think I can do it from here. No, I'm gonna have to go back. I was busy ranting about what dungeons look like. So I have to go back to this area again. I forgot we had to play with the magnet ball a little bit. It wasn't too obvious in that room. But at least I moved it a little bit. You're supposed to take this ball, and you're supposed to shove it somewhere. And no, not there. Try to switch your polarity before you hit the lava. That way you could push it up onto that switch and make a bridge. That'll allow us to get in there, I believe. Now we could probably properly enter that area. Probably properly enter the area. Try saying that 3 times fast. It's harder than it looks. Yep. Double jump, Link. Double jump. Now we can explore. Get those out of my way. There's no real good way to kill bubbles. And we have to kill these 2 bottom Armos Knights. They're blocking this block. That's the block's job, buddy. Don't you dare touch me, Bubble. I have a hyper slingshot. Kind of a useless weapon, but I'll take it. And that wakes up the rest of the Armos Knights. Now we have a slingshot that could triple shot, which really isn't a practical upshot for anything except, doing dungeon puzzles. Because you're usually accurate with the slingshot by now. You don't really need the triple shot. But anyway, that's exactly what it does, and nothing extra. Like the boomerang gives you psychic powers and such. I think we have to head around first. The spinner commands it. Luckily, it's not as intensive as Ancient Ruin, but it's annoying nonetheless. We're gonna need this small key. Obviously, if you're gonna have a small key in a dungeon, it better do something. Unless it's original Zelda. Original Zelda, you could farm keys in one dungeon and use them in another dungeon. Actually, that's a speedrunning strat, too. They usually harvest keys in some dungeons. Or if they're playing the randomizer, they pray for the magical key. So we got a Cedric. We got lots and lots of C's in these jars. And we got lots of jars. So Cedric might tell us something about what to do here, even though I see what to do here. But actually he has a different hint. Icy cores make piercing blades. Thanks! I'm not quite sure what that means, Cedric. You would explain it further? Yeah, I guess that means, hey, triple shot these things. Then we could go upstairs. Okay, be careful where you bomb. You don't want to set loose too many bubbles or you might lose your sword. And you don't want to lose that, do we? There's bombs in these jars if you need them. Me, I'm going to try and blow up a bubble if I can. Bubble doesn't seem to be cooperating. Also, there's Dark Nuts in here. They didn't want to go out and meet the bubbles. And the same thing, but with the Armos Knights. Blow up these 2 blocks and get ourselves another small key. Small keys galore! Oh, what are you doing there? Get out of there. Thank you. Bubbles can be annoying sometimes. They're actually working with me today. I hate jinxes. Well, looks like we gotta go in this direction. Yep, my notes say this direction. Into a mini-boss. One of the most interesting mini-bosses in the game. It's Frypolar. He has fire magic. He does not like mystery seeds. So I'm gonna do the high damage route. One of the tactics is turn him into an ice form with the mystery seed. The alternative is bombarding his ice form with fire seeds. This guy also likes to body slam you, like that. Well, it's a good thing I have that potion. But the best way to deal with him is to hit him with ice. Wow, that was very close. If you try using the fire seeds on him, after a while he will turn back into his fire form. And that could be a pain in your butt. Especially since he takes a lot of damage if you don't use the ice on him. That's what Cedric was talking about. Piercing blades. So this is a light all the torches room, but we also have bats involved. I'm gonna kill the bats for the hearts that they have. Because I need them. Unless they end up in the wall. Thanks, bat. Come over here. Someone stop this redundant music already. It's getting on my nerves. It's just the same... It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same loop. You light all the torches using your new hook shot, yeah. Hyper shot, which is more like it. And we get into this section. Oh boy, it's one of these. It's an ice block puzzle. I'm not good at ice block puzzles, so I actually written down the solution myself. It's bottom to the right. Then you take the middle. If I only had the snowshoe ring, this would be so much easier. But no, that's a linked game ring. Push this one here, and this one here. Don't get ahead of yourself. Push this one. Curse ice for being slippery. Push that there. Push this down. Struggle against ice. Link, grow some talons, will you? Jeez. Even Lumisa thought better. And that's how you solve that puzzle. Oh boy! Do you guys hate ice yet? Because I have a story for you. This place has wonky physics because of jumping and ice. Also bats. So you really, really got to be careful on the ice. Link stops in like weird ways. Especially on this ladder, which isn't slippery. And we have to get across this thing. They're moving! And they got weird hitboxes. You gotta go up this way. Because there's swamps here. And of course, the swamps like to drop. Like that. Don't let the bats knock you off the swamp. And sometimes you have to aim your shots just like that. They're gonna try and drop on you no matter what. They're diligent. Let's kill all these Mortorms. Get them out of here. They want to knock me into a pit. And we can extend the bridge. I don't think we're supposed to go in that direction just yet. No. We gotta go to this room. The Room of Terribleness! There's teleporting Wizrobes. There's weird spinny spiked dudes. And there's ice. I hate it. Luckily I have the rock cape already. Just keep jumping and hope you succeed. Nothing much to say about this room except it wants to kill you. Oh, there is something to say about this room. Use a boomerang. Yeah, fancy! I wanted to do that. I didn't make a mistake. Now, you might be tempted to kill everything in this room. But don't. Especially not the jars. Let's go this way first. We're gonna have to take care of this chain guy. I do know you can stop his chain attack by hitting it with your sword. It sends us back sooner. I've done it before, but I don't want to risk it on camera. But there's nothing else in this room except for jars that I'm looking for hearts. You can't push on these things. It's just a chain guy in there. You want to kill the chain guy. I don't know why. But these bats gotta die. Oh hey, that rhymed. Right, we don't need to go that way anymore. But we have to kill these, Pulse Voice here. We don't have... well, we have jars, but they're over in that island. Bombs are gonna have to do. Get hit by the bomb, buddy. Listen to the bomb. Oh wow, that guy did a kamikaze, but it didn't work. And this probably is the boss key, I believe. Wow, I'm blazing through this dungeon. There's only a few more chests left. Plenty of rooms, though. Now we could drop back into the ice block room and go left. Ah, fairies! Fairies in disguise! I want them. That guy moved in a weird pattern. I thought he was going to follow that wall. Come here, fairy. I said, come here, fairy. My voice cracked a little bit there. I see a bomb wall! You can't hide that bomb wall from me. But what does the Cedric have to say about it? I will give him triple the Mystery Seed. The magical ice freezes all. 3 Mystery Seeds makes him less obtuse. But I'm definitely going up in this way first. You can't hide treasure from me. This pattern changes every time you enter this room, so pay attention. I'm really trying to pay attention. The way the room slides is a little bit awkward. I think it's 4... no. I thought it was 4 up. I never get this right in the first try. 3 left, 4 right, 4 left. All the way up. And over. That seems easy enough. So this way. This way. This way. Over here. Voice crack. And you get yourself a key. That puzzle could be difficult to pay attention to, because the room kind of slides and it throws you off. But it's time for the big puzzle of this dungeon. We're going to be spending a lot of time on this. So first, we need a piece of ice, because magical ice frees us all. What it means by that is, hey, throw ice in the furnace. There's a lava area down there. Remember how Tingle was putting out the lava with his water bottles? This is a super water bottle. We're not playing around here. Now, of course, we could go down there and collect that chest, but we have more icing to do. Otherwise, we'll be backtracking. So we need to grab some more ice. Luckily, it replenishes itself. And we're going to be taking our buddy minecart. We can't swing our sword while on the minecart. That's why the minecart has a hitbox that kills people. Wow! Voice cracking all over the place tonight. You could also not use key blocks while you're carrying ice. And it summons fire bats. Stop summoning fire bats. I don't approve of fire bat. These cutscenes take a really long time to indicate, hey, you just froze lava. Just freeze the lava, man. I don't want your shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, stop that. You're a wizard. You're supposed to die. Alright. You might want to hit that switch, so this will go in a different direction. But we need to reload on ice. Now I can swing my weapon. Take that. More ice for us. Time to load up on ice. This is just busy work right now. This is just busy work. Because we need to get this ice in that furnace. We need to do extra things. And that kind of irritates me. So we get back in the minecart. We ride into this direction. So we could finally freeze this part of the furnace. There's one more furnace, but we can't get to it just yet. Also, I see a boss door. Yeah, we're gonna need that boss door sooner or later. To end the dungeon. To end the terribleness. Now, we have no keys. There's a locked door over there. We have a problem. So we gotta ride our way back to the ice room. Now we could go down to the not lava basement now. We can go to the basement and not die. It's always the furnace in the basement. It's always the creepy furnace with the weird faces. All those old houses, all those old dungeons. We got some fire bats down here that weren't too pleased about what I did to their home. We could go up here and get a small key. But don't get ahead of yourself, because I made this mistake myself. Up here is a stairwell that'll take us to another key we might need. Right over here. Ignore the Armo stews, just here for decoration. This whole side passage, just to lead us to these sparks, and another small key. I missed that. I was wondering, hey, I need a small key later on in the dungeon. Where is that key? I look at the guide. It's the one place I didn't look. I'm just turning these guys into fairies on principle now. Remember what I said about busy work? This is busy work. Super busy work. So now we're gonna have to head over in this direction. Head down. Get past the Stalfos. I said get past the Stalfos. Don't get killed by them. We have a furnace here that's still running. We can't abide by that. If you need bombs, you got a chest full of bombs right there. I'm just opening chests for the heck of it. We're gonna need ice, but we're gonna have to do some things to get the ice going. Yeah, you can't harm minecart. Minecart is eternal. And we have more stairs. I think we have to head... Where do I have to head? This is a big room with, like, nothing in it. Except bats. I think the entire point of the stairwell is so we could go down here. So we could take this stairwell. Because we're going to have to take the scenic route with some ice. We got keys. All we need is ice. because you could guess where that locked door takes us. Right back to that room we were just in with the BMOs. Yep, that's what I meant, busy work. And you're gonna have to do it with the Wizrobes respawning. Great! Can't open locked doors with a ice block either. You gotta drop it. Out of my way. Out of my way, ice delivery. Ah. If you take damage in any way, you're gonna drop the ice. Like that. Alright, these things gotta go. If I had the mirror shield, I would also take the BMOS out. But the iron shield can't deal with beams. Only the mirror shield can do that. And would you stop? It just saddens me. You make me sad. Now toss this in here before anything else bad happens. That closes up the final furnace. Now we could finally get a boss done. Now, what kind of boss could it be, though? Most of the bosses were classic Zelda enemies, except for Mothula, which is still relatively new. When was Link to the Past? Like 93? 94, maybe? Oh, right. That's not the way you go down there. It's just a pit. I mean, that should work. I'm not arguing that it didn't work, but it should have worked, because it takes me exactly where I need to go. But this is where I realized, hey, I need yet another key. There's a locked chest right here. Alright, bats, you gotta stop. Sometimes when they hit you, they'll turn into regular bat. They'll still keep their flying nature of being up high. I was hoping there was some berries in there, but I'm gonna have to do this with some hearts missing. Time to fight the boss. You're not a Zelda boss! What are you? It's a Medusa head. It escaped from Castlevania. The trick to this boss is, remember that I said Pegasus Seeds stop enemies? Well, that's what they're for. She likes to use Medusa attacks, like that. Oh wait, did I just do double damage? A double spin attack on her? Because I was stoned? And not in a bad way? Come on, run into the sword. If you don't freeze her, she will freeze you. That's mainly just to get in shots. I think I did double damage to her. Well, I learned a new thing about Metalock. That was her name. She's not a Zelda enemy up to this point. You would think it might be, you know, Patra, who even I don't think was a boss. If you don't know, Patra was that fly thing with all the flies around it. Yeah, that was apparently a boss. I didn't know that. But anyway, Metalock is dead now. She didn't belong in a Zelda game, and she knew it. Now we got the changing seasons! The final essence. The whole reason this game existed. Because we were playing around with seasons this entire time. It's the endless cycle of life. Cue the cycles music! Nah, I wouldn't do that. But now we have all the essences. It took us a little under a half hour to do this, too. And I think I was doing this pretty quickly. There's ways to get stuck in that dungeon. Lots of confusing puzzles. Lots of obscurity. That Fry Polar dude could be a lot more difficult than you think. Now we have all the essences! The Maku tree is at full strength! Now he has something for us. Maybe some kind of season sword. So, obviously, next time on Oracle of Seasons, we're gonna get whatever the Maku tree has for us. And we're gonna shove it right up Onox's dorky butt. He deserves it. Good night, folks.